Hey guys, this is Travis Balitz with BeyondBipolarBlog.com. So, I just got monetized about a year ago, and I've kind of been away from my channel since then. I've been kind of unmotivated since I've been primarily focused on loading reels on this channel. However, I've been kind of neglecting my community on this channel, and I figured I might as well bring this topic back up. There's this video of mine, which is my most popular video, titled "Life is Meaningless, I Want to Die Ugly. My Experience, Suicide Attempt, Loser, No Relationship." Anyways, I said this video has 46,600 views, and the date is it's August 14th, 2025. I'm getting a lot of comments. For example, don't title a video like this and then speak about hope. We came here to dread in the existential certainty of endless suffering. Don't insult us by pitying. I'm too tired to even stop. That feels even more meaningless because now you're bored as hell. I'm sick of being conscious, period. I'm sick of life. We humans are going extinct anyway. I'm in a relationship and I'm unhappy. Relationships aren't everything they are cracked up to be. You can still feel lonely in a relationship. Ready to exit this place. It's over. As you can see here, there are a lot of comments on there that are pretty negative, and I feel like I got to somehow address this issue. Now, I've addressed this issue in several other previous videos, but I feel like I gotta somehow revisit it and kind of put my 2 cents when it comes to this. Now, before I get into it, I just want to give a quick bio of myself. I've had bipolar disorder for 17 years now. I was diagnosed in 2008, and I've had tried 30 medications, 9 antipsychotics, and I'm currently on Lybalvi. However, I've had 8 hospitalizations, so I understand the provocation of and the problem when it comes to having suicide ideations, hopelessness, and depression, as well as the manic phases when it comes to spending habits, relationship problems, the whole 9 yards when it comes to bipolar disorder. This should not only relate to people with bipolar disorder, but people with depression and bouts of psychosis as well. I had experience with psychotic symptoms such as, I call it poverty of the mind, where you just feel like so poor. No matter how much income you have in your bank, you feel like no matter what you do, you feel like you're very poor, and you just are afraid to eat. You're afraid to use a bathroom in a home that you feel that should be yours. And I do live with my dad, so at the time I felt like I couldn't even go upstairs to use the bathroom since I was embarrassed, since it wasn't my house. I couldn't shower. I was using kitty litter to go into the bathroom with. I just barely moved and was just sitting on the couch. So I understand the problem when it came to having psychosis, where you felt so poor you couldn't move and you felt homeless in a sense. Anyways, I don't have all the answers, and that's the truth. However, I do want to say that if you have a little bit of hope, this sounds really cheesy, and I'm sure many people have already told you this. If you have a little hope and remain positive, get rid of the stinking thinking that things will get better. But the truth is, this is actually very, very important when it comes to having a better mental health and to improve your life as well. I think in the end, when it comes to depression, it's really, really hard to get out. And for me, it's been a while since I felt that way. And when you're lonely and you don't have a lot of friends and you don't have family to connect to, or you're in an abusive relationship, or you just have so much anxiety where you can't get out. Like I was there too, that getting over that hump or trying to get yourself out of that place is really, really challenging. And sometimes you need someone in your life to push you to get to that next step where you're out of that hole that you've already dug yourself in. And the more negative you are, you're kind of digging your own grave. And I feel that the more you continue to think negative, the more deeper you're going to dig, and it's going to be much harder to dig yourself out. There's this guy that I follow. He's a personal development guru, I guess you could say. It's called Law of Assumption by Neville Goddard. Excuse me, I can't even remember. That's how bad my memory is, and how difficult it is for me to follow this. But at the same time, I understand the importance and how Law of Assumption can be for you guys. I feel like the Law of Assumption, when it comes to your personal health, can be very, very beneficial, because if you go to bed thinking of good thoughts versus going to bed in a bad mood, your subconscious will play a part of that into the next day, and you associate some good things in your life, and those associations will bring other good positive things in your life. So basically, one positive thing will lead to another positive thing, will lead to another positive thing. But if there's something that catches you off guard, for instance, there is a time and place where someone cuts you off, you get offended, you get mad, and then something else cuts you off, you get ticked off, and things snowball and things get negative, and you go down a hill and you keep digging your own grave. As I said, you don't want to go down that road. So guys, look into the Law of Assumption, look up Neville Goddard. It might actually bring you some clarity when it comes to digging yourself out of this depression that you might be in, and you should at least try to explore this guy. Maybe it can give you some insight. There's a ton of people out there that can explain a lot better than me, and although I want to try to explain it as best as I can, because I'm simply not good at teaching it. However, let me get back to the video on topic. I think when it comes to mental health, you got to take care of yourself. You got to be gentle with yourself. You have to take a non-judgmental stance when it comes to things that happen in your life. You can't just simply like, if something bad happens, you can't simply just consider yourself an utmost failure. You got to at least say, like, for instance, if something bad happens and you make a mistake, you can't simply say, I made the worst mistake in my entire life, I am a failure. You don't want to end it with that. You just want to say, I made a simple mistake and I'll get over it. I should be able to get out of this hole, and I hope the next day or within a couple moments after I take a deep breath, breathe in, breathe out. That can really help as well. If you just observe, describe in your mind your thoughts, and take a non-judgmental stance when it comes to your thoughts. Just be mindful of the present and don't think too hard. Just let these thoughts go in and out. Don't take too much judgment of it, and just kind of be like a river. These thoughts come in, they go down the river. As they go from upstream, they go downstream. You don't want to make too much judgment on it. You just want to let the thoughts pass. That's how you want to kind of live your life on a day-to-day basis. Just live in the present moment, and that's probably the best thing I can tell you guys to do when it comes to overcoming your depression, your anxiety. Always take a deep breath, a couple deep breaths. Take one deep breath in, one deep breath out, and repeat it 3 times. You'll want to take a non-judgmental stance as these thoughts come inside your head. Just let them go out. Don't even make a judgment on them. You just let them go as they come and pass. As they say, this too shall pass, and that's how you kind of want to explain things. All right, that's how I want to explain things when it comes to easing your mistakes, easing your depression, easing your lack of success, your hopelessness. And I really wish I could describe this a little bit better, but I'm just so terrible at it. And I don't know how this video is going to go, because I'm trying to do my best to explain it. And I think, like, right now, personally, in my mind, I feel like I'm explaining this really, really bad. And I'm very, very sorry that I can't explain this any better, and I feel a little bit embarrassed that I can't explain the law of assumption by Neville Goddard. I'm a little embarrassed I can't really explain my thought process when it comes to trying to tell you guys on how to get out of this depression, because even I find it difficult to explain it. And if I can't explain it, then you guys aren't going to learn anything. But what I want you guys to get out of it, take a couple deep breaths, slow deep breaths, to let the thoughts pass, kind of like a stream. Don't take a judgment on any of those thoughts. Just let them flow. Number 3, be mindful and think in the present. So those are the main 3 things that I want you to think about today. And I hope you guys, well, I do hope this video gets some traction, because I do feel like this is an important video. And I'm pretty certain that since I'm going to be busy doing other things, I will not always comment on this previous video that is my most popular video. And the title is a little provocative, and it's a little jarring, and it doesn't represent the video. And I'm sure people, when they come see this other video, they want to hear about misery, depression, anxiety. They want to hear about hopelessness because they want to relate to it. But I feel like I'm doing disservice to you guys if I just reiterate the same feelings, because I feel like when people are feeling that way, they really are looking for a way out. And I don't want to be part of that solution where I feel like the only way out for you guys is to either unalive yourself or do something really horrible. I at least feel like you guys should feel like maybe talk to someone about it, find a support group. And it's really difficult if you don't have anyone to talk to, but if you have a friend, that's probably the best thing to talk to about, someone that might understand you. There's a number called 988 that you can call, and a lot of people are against this, but to me, it's better than no one to kind of clear your thoughts. And I feel like it's a support hotline for people with mental health issues, and I feel like it is someone that can at least kind of help benefit you in the end. And if you don't have a family, friend, no support network, not even a phone to talk to, at least kind of sit and think about it. Like I said, take a couple deep breaths. Let the thoughts pass. Don't take judgment, and be mindful, and just think about being in the present moment. Don't think about the past. Don't think about the future. And if all else fails, get yourself to a hospital. I've been there 8 times, so I understand that when you are feeling really low, things can be really challenging. And even for me, I have had a hospitalization for 8 times, and I've been in an IRTS, which is intensive residential treatment, and I've been there 90 days, so that was difficult. It didn't really change for me until I've actually been on the right medications. I've been on Latuda for 8 years, and that's been a lifesaver, along with, at the time, was actually Cymbalta. I was also on that for 8 years. But what changed me the most these days was being on Lybalvi, as well as getting TMS, which is transcranial magnetic stimulation, and it allowed me to not even need to be on a antidepressant. So guys, if you're looking for a non-invasive procedure, ECT is electroconvulsive therapy. It's less invasive. Just use magnets to stimulate your brain to reset it or whatever not. And I think it took me like 3 months or so, going 4 days a week down to 3. And I think it's been very effective. It's been effective for my brother, even though he does take an antidepressant still, but it can allow you to live a better and more safer, livelier life, more stable, more satisfactory life, where you feel like the depression is less, hopelessness is less, relying on medications is less. So I'm hoping I can kind of answer these questions, because I feel like the more I try to answer these questions, they're not actually reaching the audience that I feel like really need to hear it. And I'm hoping that this video does reach the audience that that should hear this. I'm thinking that in the end, that people that have lost hope, that are in depression, that are having trauma especially, could really use this video to at least get themselves the help that they really need to. And even though I could say you could use a law assumption, do this and that, I feel like in the end, you gotta at least try to get yourself out of that hole and do something about it. Can't keep digging yourself a grave. You can't keep thinking negative thoughts. And it's harder to do something when you're so against it. It's hard to do something when you do feel sad. But at least I want to encourage you guys to try to turn the other cheek. Sometimes it does help to journal these thoughts out. Like, maybe I always write a lot of music that's a little bit depressive and sad, and that has helped me emotionally to connect creatively wise. And I feel like somehow pouring these thoughts into writing, into poems, into music as well, since I compose music, I think that has helped the most. However, likewise, what has helped stabilize me has been the Lybalvi, which is an antipsychotic, as I tried 9 of them, so I know the reason when it comes to being on the right medication, and as well as Lamictal, that has helped the most, and TMS, transcranial magnetic stimulation, which has helped me pretty stable the last 1.5 years or so. And I actually relapsed maybe a year ago, and I didn't do too well. So guys, I'm not sure how to end this. I just want to say that I hope you guys take this with a grain of salt, that I don't have all the answers, but I do want you guys to try to remain hopeful, stay safe, don't do anything that might harm yourself, try to get help when you need it, try to take my advice, take a couple deep breaths, let the thoughts pass in your mind, don't take judgment, be mindful of the present, and get yourself the help that you need. Take care. Have a good one. Bye. This is Travis Balitz with Beyond Bipolar blog. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, and hit the bell button for future videos. Take care. Have a good one.
Hello, my name is Travis Balitz, and my name is Kyle Balitz. We are a creative team from Hastings, Minnesota, and we are identical twins. Travis is a composer, pianist, artist, video producer, and interviewer, while Kyle's a video producer, editor, photographer, pianist, artist, and interviewer. Travis has produced 290 tracks, including instrumentals, beats, and songs for a total of 19 complete albums. Music may be streamed on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube Music, Pandora, Amazon Music, Deezer, Tidal, and all other streaming platforms, and downloaded on Bandcamp and SoundClick. Spirit Tracks and Sound to Silence are physical instrumental albums that can be bought on duotracks.bandcamp.com for $5 each. Please visit hop.bio/Travis Balitz for all music, streaming, and download links, as well as Travis's bio links. For songs, visit hypedit.com/travesty. For instrumentals, visit hypedit.com/duotracks. For beats, visit hypedit.com/duobeats. Travis's official website is travisbalitz.com. Kyle and Travis have a Korean adoptee channel for YouTube called catstories.com that interviews adoptees about their struggles with identity, mental health, and trauma. Kyle also runs ServiComp.com, which specializes in computer and mobile IT repair services. Please visit hop.bio/Kyle Balitz for Kyle's bio links. Kyle's official website is kylebalitz.com. Travis is a hyper-realistic artist, portrait airbrush artist, and abstract acrylic artist, while Kyle is a digital media specialist and an impressionistic acrylic artist. Some of our work is available if not already sold. Please visit travisbalitz.com/artwork or instagram.com/artwork by Travis, and Kyle's artwork at kylebalitz.com/works. For inquiries and commission work, please contact Travis at travis.balitz@gmail.com or phone number +1 651 491 8440. And Kyle at krbalitz@gmail.com. Phone number is +1 651 491 8441. Thank you for listening. Take care. Have a good one. Bye.